I'm gonna tell you right now that this video is gonna be boring, but also important. Not everything about buying a home is all pretty countertops and beautiful views. One major thing that can come up during the inspection period is a high radon test result. When you get a home inspection, having a radon test done is at an additional cost. It's not included in their base package for the inspection, but it is totally worth it, and I'm gonna tell you why in this video. Mitigating for radon is not hard, it's not a big deal, so if you can find out about a radon problem before you buy the house, there is a much better chance that you can ask for the seller to put in or to correct the radon mitigation system at their cost, not your cost, before you actually close on the house. So in this video, I'm gonna go over what radon is, how home builders now mitigate for radon, and how to find out if the home you are buying has a high radon level or not. Thank you for watching. I make a new video every week on life and real estate here in North Idaho. Sometimes I talk about specific neighborhoods or communities, and other times I go through topics that come up frequently just in my day-to-day job as a real estate broker. If you want to learn more about what it's like to live in North Idaho, make sure that you subscribe and then use the little bell, turn that on so that when I post a new video, you get a notification. Also, if you are wanting to talk about your move to the Coeur d'Alene area or chat about the local real estate market, just give me a shout. My phone number and my email address are in the description down below. What is radon? It sounds scary, doesn't it? It doesn't sound good. Probably because it is a radioactive gas that can cause cancer. So it is kind of scary. According to the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, 40% of homes tested in Idaho have high radon test results. Radon is an invisible, colorless, and odorless gas. Radon exposure is the second largest cause of lung cancer in Idaho. Radon comes from the natural breakdown of uranium in the soil. It typically moves up through the ground to the air above and into your home through cracks and other holes in the foundation. Your home traps radon inside where the levels of radon can build up. Any home may have a radon problem. The EPA recommends homes be fixed if the radon level is 4 picocuries per liter or PCL or more. There are many areas throughout Idaho that have high levels of radon. About 2 out of every 5 homes that have been tested in the state have levels above that 4.0 level. The Health and Welfare website for Idaho has a great chart explaining the risk of radon exposure and putting it into terms we can really wrap our heads around in terms of risk. If 1,000 non-smokers were exposed to 2, which is the safe level, PCL, over a lifetime, about 4 of them would get lung cancer. If 1,000 smokers were exposed to that level of radon over a lifetime, about 32 would get cancer. I had a listing once where the buyer's inspection result for radon showed a level of 10. At that level, if 1,000 non-smokers were exposed to that level of 10 picocuries per liter of radon over a lifetime, 18 of them would get lung cancer. And if those people were all smokers, if 1,000 smokers were exposed to that level of 10 over a lifetime, 150 would get lung cancer. So obviously you see that being a smoker, it increases your risk of lung cancer in general. And if you are a smoker and living in a house with high levels of radon, that is going to increase your risk even more. The only way you know that you are being exposed to radon is to test for it, and testing is pretty straightforward. If you already own a home, you can actually just do a mail-in kit for a very affordable price. And P.S., the state of Idaho recommends retesting every 2 years. If you are in the process of buying a house, you can order a radon test to go along with your home inspection, and they're just going to charge you more to do that. I think it's usually like $100, $150 through a home inspector versus like getting a kit from online or the store is like $20 or $30. On this chart, the darkest red areas have 50% or more test results that come back into the state with a result greater than 3.9. The lighter the color gets, the lesser the percentage of homes with high levels of radon. You can see that the Coeur d'Alene area is pretty much all dark red. Lucky us. I have linked this map in the description if you want to play around with it. The moral of the story here is that you should do a radon test as part of your home inspection in North Idaho. Testing for radon is easy and it's inexpensive. You should perform the test on the lowest floor of your home that you spend time in. If you have a basement and you're spending time in there, test in the basement. Otherwise, test on the first floor in a bedroom or a spare room. Radon levels can vary season to season, and the highest levels are generally found in the winter months when your house is usually sealed up, your windows are closed, you're not letting as much fresh air in. So it's best to do a short-term test in the winter. Obviously, if the test result is above 4, you should try to negotiate with the seller to have a radon mitigation system installed with the goal of bringing the level down under 4. If you are building a home, make sure your builder incorporates the radon mitigation system into the home. If you are buying a house that has high radon levels and you want the seller to put in a mitigation system, what is that going to look like? A radon mitigation system works by creating a negative pressure zone beneath the building's foundation, actively venting radon gas from the soil beneath the building out into the outdoors, preventing it from accumulating inside. The most common method of radon mitigation is known as sub-slab depressurization, which involves the installation of a fan and a venting system to draw radon gas away from the building's foundation. The cost of a radon mitigation system can vary depending on the type of system, the complexity of the installation, and labor rates. On average, a professionally installed radon mitigation system can cost between $1,000 up to $3,000. Idaho residents can order a reduced price radon test kit from AirCheck. Test kits can also be purchased from pretty much any local hardware store, home improvement stores, etc. I have included a link to the AirCheck's info down below in the description. Do you have any questions on this topic? Have you had a radon system installed in a home before or a high test result, and how did you deal with it? All in all, it's really not as scary as it sounds as long as you are aware of the potential risk of radon gas exposure. Test for it every couple of years and make sure you have a radon mitigation system installed if you need one.